Hello everyone, and welcome back to Crystals of Chaos, a game that I made, but I never released. So, Crystals of Chaos, the first game in the Journey of Heroes series, also the only Journey of Heroes game to ever be recorded. The only other game in the Journey of Heroes series was Keys to Destruction, which featured Elsa, Elion, and Kari, the three characters there that were in Darminia's Inn. Oh yeah, that's right, that's blocked off. I accidentally put that there without realizing that it would block the path. So that was a thing. So back when I was developing this, I want to say no older than 18. I feel like I was younger than that though, like 15. Maybe even 16. And it does show. It really does show. But like, ooh, Zach is hurt. I'm just like not even paying attention, to be honest, to like the battles or anything right now. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think of exactly what to talk about here, because there's so much that can be said. There is a lot of thought that did go into the development of this game. Oh, whoops. I'm fighting skeletons. So as you can tell, Omega Blade does not work on skeletons because it is a sharp attack. That's one thing that I like about MV as opposed to XP is the fact that your skills can be based off of your weapon now. And so all of these like Omega Blades and stuff like that I'm using here, in MV I'm able to turn around and just be like, yeah, whatever the weapon is, you know, that's what that is. And so now that Zach's weapon is, you know, Holy Fire instead of Sharp, his Omega Blade would be that too. So that's really cool. That's something I really like about MV. It was also something that I did try to do, not successfully, obviously, because of that. But there was a lot of work that went into like designing Zach himself, actually, the whole Paladin thing, because the Paladins in my universe are heavily based off of the Quest for Glory Paladins, and so there's a lot of abilities that were based off that. If you look, when I open up the skills menu for Zach, now there's the Magical Barrier, which was Magic Ward in Quest for Glory 5. If I level my honor... Okay, I cannot go that way apparently either. There are so many broken paths on this. It's ridiculous. Feel bad for that guy. That guy was just straight up stuck. That's funny. Nice. Okay, hang on. There we go. So that's like 3 paths that were just straight up broken. I actually am gonna need to restore my MP with Zach here because he's been using his Omega Blade so much. But like there was so much that I did here. A lot of the music, I mean all of the music really, was handpicked by me, because I was really the only person working on the game, at the time. So, you know, I went out and was like, okay, I can't create music, so I just found music online, because, I mean, I wasn't planning on selling this game. That's something to factor in. I never considered RPG Maker a professional program. Even now, I'm still having trouble really believing that it is like a professional program. And so I never, like, planned to release this game for sale. I was always of the idea that in order to sell a game, you had to use a professional program, and RPG Maker was not a professional program. And so, you know, that's what I thought. That was my thought patterns. So, like, I was like, yeah, no, I'm never gonna, like, sell this game, you know? So because I wasn't selling the game, I was just, like, all over the place with, like, I was just all over the place with, like, resources. I was like, anything I can get my hands on. I download stuff offline and throw that in there, and hey, it's a lich. You know, just go from there, really. It's just like, yeah, I just want to use whatever. So, wow, those liches are a little strong. Or not. That was a lot of experience. I am at almost 7,500 honor, so that's good. I don't think I'm gonna get max honor, unfortunately. I might I might hit max honor if I implement something. If I don't reach max honor by the time I get to the end, once I get to the final area of the game, I'll stop, implement something to give me max honor. Assuming I can remember how to do that. And then go from there. So, but we'll see what happens. If I can't do max honor, then I just won't. It's not that big of a deal. But, sorry, I'm trying to think of what to talk about with this. Daimondo Tower is an amalgamation of all of the, like, dungeons that you've gone through up until now. It's supposed to be anyway, which is why there was earth, fire, water, and wind elements, basically. Meanwhile, you're fighting demons because Janikar has allied himself with the nightmares, the demons. Again, back then, the demons, or daemons, as they're now known as, were referred to as nightmares instead of demons. Which I liked, but the change to daemon was something that I only did maybe a year ago. But I expanded the role of the daemons. The daemons are now, I mean, they're still demons, but, like, they now have, like, a purpose before they were demons. Before they were just monsters and stuff. Now they actually have, like, a reason for existence. Which I think is cool. Okay, way to go, Mike. Way to miss. So, that was a huge factor for me, was the fact that they were now, like, that they're now something, like, that has a purpose in the universe, you know? I just really want to get to max honor. I also really want to just get to level 60 with everybody if I can, because I really want to use my Dragonium Mace and my Magic Staff. Whoopsie. That was the wrong ability. But that's why, like, this is a water area, but but it's like, oh, look at all the demons and the liches, and the undead. So bone was the element of like necromancy and stuff. It kind of became the element of necromancy later when I removed bone and added the element of order. But then the element of order and the element of blood both got removed. And instead they were replaced with the element of life. Which is what Elisha is now. Elisha is something that you guys will see in the War of Magic. She is the goddess of the life element. You won't see Elisha herself, but there's like Elisha statues. So, you know. Corey, the Gekas. That did no damage. Can these guys even injure me? I really wonder that. I really do. I honestly don't know if they can even injure me or not. So that's hilarious. Yeah, so the music here for Daimondo Tower was honestly the music that I used even back in the RPG Maker 2003 version, if I remember right. I really enjoyed this particular track, and I was like, yeah, you know, use all the RPG Maker 2003 music again. And I did that. I did in fact use all of the same music in the same areas and everything. But then I expanded the game a lot, and so I was like, oh, now I've got to use new music, which is why, like, there's Quest 64 music and stuff like that. Now, all the files in the game are MIDIs, because that's what RPG Maker 2003 used, and RPG Maker XP technically could use MIDI, not very well, but it was able to. And so I did. But the thing about that was that, like, there were a lot of MIDIs that were made for, like, 2003 that did not work anymore. A couple of the files that I had, I actually had to open up RPG Maker, record on my computer, and then use in the game as like MP3 files, because RPG Maker XP just caused them to glitch out if I used them as MIDI files, which was unfortunate. Tracks like that were Coldbane, Entombment, and Force, all tracks that you'll hear. You heard Coldbane earlier when I was in that weird dungeon there, when I was in Bel's third trial dungeon. That was Coldbane. That was one of those tracks that I had to like record off my computer into MP3 format, because I didn't have like a converter. Now I do. I have a converter now, so I wouldn't have to do that anymore. But I did not back then. So I was like, oh, this sucks, you know? I had to like record it off of my computer and then convert that to an MP3 or an OGG file. I don't remember which one I used. Then from there I was like, okay, now I have this converted, so now I can use it in the game and stuff like that. But I really liked some of the tracks. I have downloaded a lot of tracks by Drenrin 210. He was the one that did Coldbane and stuff like that. Oh, Zach just died. How about that? That was just suddenly death for Zach there. Ooh, level up. Cool. I'll go ahead and do a raise. Again, I'm really not paying the most attention to, like, the actual game here. So, Dragonium Mace, Holy Fire, Blunt, Anti-Beast, and Anti-Snake. 520! What's my status on leveling up with the others? Still a long way away. So, Mike might hit level 60, but Val, pretty sure will not be hitting level 60. If she does, I'll be surprised. So, we'll see what happens. Zach leveled up just now. So when you do get knocked unconscious or you die, or whatever you want to call it, you don't actually gain any experience, which kind of sucks. So, I just Spiral Blade and deal a lot of damage, kind of. I didn't really want to use Omega Blade to kill one enemy, you know? So, that's alright. Ooh, Greater Heal. I am building up my honor steadily. Did I get any better armor yet? Did I gain any of my new honor armor yet? With Zach. Hey, honor helmet. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. I think 1500 he gets me my honor plate mail. Which again, I'm not going to be able to hit, even with the remaining enemies in this dungeon. At least I'm pretty sure anyway. What the? Guess that was the Dragonium Mace that did that. That was interesting. Level up. Awesome. I did hit, in fact, hit level 60 with Mike. Alright. Oh, maybe I'll hit level 60 with Val after all. Because I've still got an entire floor of enemies. If not, I'll definitely hit level 59. So, there's that. Yeah, I still got one more floor of enemies here to face through. I mean, they're the same enemies I've been facing this whole time. So. But, I don't know, I don't really... I feel like there's so much to say, but I just don't know what to say, you know? Yeah, level 59. How about that? Just got one more level. Oh, there's the Mind Flayers. So, back then, I did not know that Mind Flayers were like D&D copyright monsters. So, Mind Flayers have always... Mind Flayers and Beholders have always been some of my favorite enemies in D&D. And again, I didn't know that they were like copyright of D&D specifically, so they were like, you couldn't use them. I'm actually not sure how Stranger Things ended up being able to use Mind Flayers in its story. Maybe they just got the rights from D&D or whatever. I don't know. But I've never actually seen like Stranger Things. I just know that because I saw like that episode. They're like, it's a Mind Flayer. That's what's causing all the Demogorgons and stuff. I was like, okay, but first of all, Mind Flayers are very, like, Mind Flayers aren't even what they were saying they were in Stranger Things. So I was like, that's not what a Mind Flayer is, though. Oh well. But yeah, like, I didn't know back then that they were D&D specific, like, copyright. So I was just like, oh, I want to throw in some Mind Flayers, you know? And that Mind Flayer graphic is actually like the AD&D, graphic. Like the art from AD&D itself, which is what's hilarious about it. I was gonna have somebody obviously do the art, if I ever actually, like, sold the game, but I would never got the chance to finish the game, let alone think about selling it. Even to this day, I still have, like, trouble even thinking about the idea. It's like, yeah, I could sell, you know, the game I'm making, even though it's being made in RPG Maker. It's just because for so long, like, I guess part of it was because RPG Maker used to be free, up until XP, because it was never released in Japan. Japan, in America, and so like people were just hacking it, translating it and stuff, and putting it out for free. So I was like, it's a free program. There's no way it can possibly be a professional-made game or whatever. So now, of course, it costs $70, which kind of deters you from thinking it's not a professional program. I have really bad hiccups all of a sudden. Sorry. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why. But yeah, gosh dang it. Flee! Mind Flayer just fled, apparently. I didn't know that was a thing that they could do. The Mind Flayer just ran away. That's funny. But yeah. You know, there's a lot of enemies left, on this floor here. I feel like I just did not talk at all about the game's development. Which is unfortunate. I really wanted to. I just don't know what to say about it, though. Okay, Jessica just died. Oh, Mind Flayer's dead. That was interesting. It's a good thing I have some full tonics. There's that. But yeah, I think this is a good spot to end this episode off at. If you've enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe. Also, feel free to check the video description down below for a link to the playlist. You can get caught up on any of the episodes you may have missed. And with that, I will see you all next time. See you later.